We are the leading technology provider to what we call the elite end of hockey, the upper end, basically NHL, CHL leagues, Tier 1, Tier 2 leagues in Canada and the United States. We have acquired 5 companies, put them together, kind of integrated the services. They all dealt with digital information that they were compiling on behalf of a league or a team, managing that information and making it easy to use and access that information. For instance, to give you a good example, and I know you're right here in Kitchener Rangers, whole OHL uses our scoring and stats system. So in a game when a goal is scored or a penalty happens, any event that happens that they're capturing, maybe shot attempts, things like that, they're actually using our system in the arena, capturing that information. That information is manually compiled by a human today. And then once it goes into our system, immediately goes out to the website that we power. We do the OHL mobile app. All that information goes into a stat system that builds up who the leading scorers are and what the standings are, and all those things automatically get compiled on behalf of the leagues. We have a basket of services that we provide. The one that the NHL teams use is what we call our RinkNet system, which is our player management and scouting system. If you think of yourself as the scout out there going to a game, first you need to know where to go to see a certain player, and when he goes, who else should he be looking at? And then that scout's going to go through their own evaluation of that player at the game, and all that information has to go into a database as well. So we manage all that data on behalf of the teams.
When I first became CEO of the Florida Panthers, and I was amazed at how we were making mega million-dollar decisions on players, really based primarily on subjective information.
In 2007, I kind of took a diversion from my normal technology path and actually got involved in the ownership group with the Florida Panthers. Eventually became the managing partner and CEO, but when I got involved as number one, a hockey fanatic and where my passion is, and then of course coming through technology and information systems, I went into our general manager and said, you know, what exactly information do we use to decide who we're going to give $5-6 million a year contracts to? And the general manager looked at me like, you know, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, don't we have information, analytics? How do we do this? He goes, well, you know, we have the same information that the fans have, the same stats. We looked at some of the services that were out there and how we can put together better information. We did a lot more with the video coaching and breaking down games in video, and that became, as video became digital, became a lot easier to do. This is back in 2009, we'd say, 2010. It wasn't as prevalent as it is today, even just 6 years later. So when I sold my interest in the Panthers, I said, you know, that would be a fun thing to take on and have fun with, so kind of Hockey Tech was born of that.
I had a dream, really, to figure out a way to track literally every event that happens on the ice.
We've been developing a product, a technology to be able to track the players, every position and every move they make on the ice. Create our own kind of indoor GPS system, equivalent with sensors that we have installed in the arena. And then all the players have little tags that we put into their pants, and we've embedded a chip in the puck, and we measure literally the position of every player and the puck at any instant in the game. So we can just say, you know, show me all of Stu Siegel's ice shifts, one after the other. And automatically just push a button and we know when you are on the ice. We just go to those clips of video. We don't have to fumble through and fast forward and rewind. So if you think of it, if you're a scout or you're a coach trying to look at that quickly, or even a player who just wants to see his shifts quickly, and from a coaching standpoint, makes those things easier. Now you can take it down into other events. Show me all of Stu Siegel's hits, all of Stu Siegel's goals. Not many in my case, but some people get goals. So, but be able to kind of skip right through it and see all the highlights without having to, you know, go through video and edit.
The primary source of data to make these player decisions is still a scout viewing players. What's happened though is they've really armed up with what I call the artillery, but they really still don't have that ammunition, the data. So, if you could leave one thing today, I want you to think of Hockey Tech as the ammunition provider for the hockey world.